We were lost, you see. And Harry started feeling around at all the trees. And he said, I got it.
What are you doing in here? I thought we were working on Mandalorian. I'll just do it myself.
And he said, I got it. We're on Pluto. And Harry says, how can you tell? Because of the bark, you dummies!
Our Mandalorian clan is from a cold, snowy planet. Our kit incorporates pieces that would keep us warmer, although traveling to a planet Anaheim will be warmer than we've ever known. A camas and a loincloth will act as a layer of warmth and will shield us in battle. And they look really cool. This doodad is supposed to help make bias tape, as long as you can get it through the darn thing. Our camas belt doubles as our girth belt, and making this piece something that kills multiple birds with one stone, it will also loop in our holster belt, giving our kits many hot and interesting layers. Temperature hot, that is. I kind of missed this, so I need to rerun that. For the girth belt, I'm using a vinyl for the face and a Me Too fabric on the back, a stabilizing interface fabric in the center to give it some girth. To make some adjustments to the camas pieces. They were too big when I started pinning it all together. I don't know how I mismeasured. Had to cut down a whole section off both of them. Now I'm re-sewing the edge banding. It was a good thing I double checked it on Brian before sewing these pieces into the girth belt. Oh, here we go again. Pinned all the pieces in place and let Brian try it on a couple times. And after poking ourselves with the pins, I'm going to reset the pins so that I can sew it all in place now. Woo! Wish us luck.
Today's sponsor is Hellofresh, which is perfect for Carissa and I. Between working full-time jobs, building projects, finding time to edit and upload it leaves little time for us in the kitchen. With Hellofresh, we have step-by-step recipes that are super easy to follow, pre-proportioned ingredients that help us cut on the prep time and allows us to get back in the shop and continue working. With 50 weekly options and a rotating selection from the Hellofresh market, there are plenty of delicious dishes for us to choose from, no matter the occasion. And one of the best parts is that Hellofresh is cheaper than shopping at the grocery store. Even at full price, its pre-proportioned ingredients means that you waste less money on food that you don't use. Use my link or go to hellofresh.com and use the code POGTSRMAY16 for up to 16 free meals plus 3 surprise gifts across 6 HelloFresh boxes plus free shipping. Once you click, my description will live update to count up the purchases. A big thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this episode.
The Mandalorian kit is not complete without a trusty blaster, and thus a trusty holster to carry it around. We made Brian's holster out of a vegetable tan leather. Vegetable tanning is a technique that uses natural vegetable tannins to alter the structure of a hide of leather. Veg tan leather will give us the opportunity to wet form the leather to the blaster, and then we'll be able to add a painted stain on top. We ordered a bunch of full-grain remnants from a shop on Etsy, and there were some good-sized pieces that gave us enough for this holster. For our holster belt, we have referenced several different sources. For a tutorial on making a holster with leather, we ingested Punish Props Academy Leather Basics video that walks you through leather tips while they make a holster for Bill's Blade Runner blaster. And we also purchased a pattern and used it as a springboard guide from Obsessive Passions on Etsy for the holster and belt so we could get that great Mandalorian look. Links for both are below. I bought these carbon steel shears as I thought they'd be good for cutting the leather, but with this leather, it didn't really seem to be the best. They are, however, really nice scissors. What I found was my Fiskars Rotary blade or our Punish Props utility knife or a pair of fabric scissors worked well.
Here we go. I'm gonna go really slow. Not too shabby. Means I don't have to hand stitch. Just a quick note on this. I was able to sew the leather. Yay. I didn't have to hand stitch. I have a non-stick foot, my needle, or it's for leather. This machine just is amazing. So we're gonna do some wet forming. It's pretty snug already, but we wanna contour the outline of this gun even more. We're gonna use room temperature water. If it's hotter, it'll be more pliable, but it might mold and shape past the point of what you really want it to be. I can feel this getting kind of pliable already. I'm sure there's a better way to do this.
I want to thank my goofy assistant for this episode, our charismatic black cat Bosk. He made sure I couldn't do anything without he had his hands on it first. Here he is, supervising me while I mold the leather to the gun.
All right, we'll let that dry.
Using the Obsessive Passion patterns, I created a mock-up of the belt, making sure it would fit and work with our girth belt. I had to make sure that the loops of the girth belt would be placed in spots along the holster belt so that there were no overlap of the belt pouches. It also allowed me to see how this belt would be constructed, as well as checking the size for our specific kits and our specific waists.
Okay, I'm making belt loops here that will snap in place onto the girth belt so that you can unsnap it and easily put the holster belt in. Lots of little guys. Still drying. Still drying. It's still wet, but Bosk is keeping an eye on it. Oh, yes, he is. I'm going to use some thinner leather for the belt buckle holder deal. I'm going to cut up patterns. Try to make the most of this little piece here. Tetris my way out of this one. We'll see.
This leather is amazing. It's from FrogjewllyLeather on Etsy. It's a 5 to 6 ounce half hide oil tan leather, and it is perfect for our color scheme. Since this leather is oil tanned, it's not wet formable. Oil tanning is actually a post-tanning process. The leather gets impregnated with oils, making it softer and more pliable.
Okay, we are mostly dry. Still have some wet spots, so we're gonna let that finish drying. But you can see how this formed really nicely. So when we slip this in next time, it's like a glove. I'm out here in the shop, ready to use the Dremel. Hope this goes okay. Yeah, that looks better. I have a leather hole punch to create holes for these little guys. We're gonna just go ahead and use that to attach this back piece to this piece, because my sewing machine, as great as it is, won't go through this thickness. It's too much, too many. Before we connect these two, we need to finish this leather. So we're gonna do that first.
This antique leather dye I got was really easy to apply, though it didn't create the coverage that I was hoping for, even though I did 2 coats. I know there are a ton of different ways to stain and finish leather. I'll get some additional types to test out next time. This tool is so cool. It's an adjustable leather groover. You use it to groove stitching lines, but also, on its own, creates a neat grooved detail in the leather. It is finally time to assemble that holster belt. These pouches are the touches that make a Star Wars belt a Star Wars belt. What do we put in these? Well, candy, of course. Now really, this surely has to be a candy pouch. Now, I just need Brian to put this all on and model for you.
It absolutely amazes me all the incredible detail that Chris put into all the soft goods on these costumes. The leather work, for never having done leather work or built a holster before, it turned out so great, and I'm beyond excited to wear it. We have 7 days before we jet off to Star Wars Celebration, and there is still a lot to be done. The helmets aren't finished, and most of Carissa's costume still needs to be assembled. We're gonna make it, but it's gonna be tight. And the next time you see us, we'll be in full Mando costume, armor and all, to show you how these have finished off. So, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you the next time we build something out of nothing.